Hi everyone, I'm any new province and I just finished up a league with Skred Grixis. This deck feels insanely powerful and Alicodon Drotchit has all of the stats to prove it. Anyway, you can kill all of your opponent's creatures with your red removal in whatever matches you want by clicking on the timestamps in the description down below. While you're down there, if you wouldn't mind liking the video and subscribing to the channel, I'd seriously appreciate it. It's a great way to let me know you've enjoyed everything and it really encourages me to keep making great Pauper content. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy the league. All right, we won the die roll. We get to go on the play. Grixis control. Skred Grixis. Okay, this does allow us to go blue-blue for counterspell, and then we can try to ponder in a red source for Firebolt. Augur Bolas is a great card, so I'm going to snap this off. This seems like a pretty good hand. Depending on what our opponent does, if our opponent goes like tap land, or if they're on Boros Monarch, I'll probably just... yeah, I guess it all depends. If they're on Boros Monarch, I'll probably go Augur Bolas next turn. Although holding Augur Bolas... Oh god, burn. Okay. So what do we counter out of burn, everyone? We have a ton of removal spells, so that's how we should deal with their accelerators. We need... Or it'd be nice to have red mana right now, obviously. So I think you counter the player. I think this is a really hard matchup. We don't have red mana right now, so I honestly don't know. I think this turn might even just be Ponder, and see if we can find an untapped red source. So that we can leave up Skred for their first accelerator and then leave up Counterspell next turn. I think giving them one turn while we Ponder isn't a super high variance play here. Ponder without... Yeah, okay. Ponder without a shuffle effect is a little weak, but I do like what we've got here. So we'll go Echoing Decay, Augur Bolas, Evolving Wilds. We won't shuffle. We'll play Evolving Wilds and pass the turn. Yeah, I know. And what's funny is that they're, in my opinion, they're two very unique decks. Like, there's very few similarities between these two decks. So this turn we're going to go fetch our red mana to hopefully deal with those threats. This deck is way more control. It's almost definitely control. And it was almost tough for me because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to call it. Like, but I think Skred, I'm happy I settled on Skred Grixis. All right, so we have ways to deal with both of their accelerators or any of their accelerators. So I think going Augur here without leaving up Counterspell is fine because that's the 2-mana play we're worried about. And then we're going to have to... We're hoping to find a cantrip here. Exclude is not helpful. Gurmag Angler would have been real nice. And then next turn, we're going to have to leave up Counterspell for pretty much the rest of our lives. Yeah. Absolutely. So we'll see if this is an accelerator. Searing Blaze. Okay. That's pretty bad for us. I wonder if they were sandbagging it knowing we had an Augur coming. All right, so we're in a kind of rough shape here. Draw another removal spell that doesn't do anything. So we'll play Snow-Covered Swamp just to make our land drop. Not happy not having a clock here and not having any card advantage or cantrips. Yeah, this is a pretty awkward place to be. So we'll see what our opponent's up to over there. Lava Spike, sure. Down to 8. Well, I don't like the way this is going. Ash Barrens. All right, well, we'll cycle Ash Barrens, get some more blue mana. I think, yeah, let's get some more blue mana. Pass the turn. Wow, yeah, 3 Skreds in the burn matchup does not feel so good. Definitely a strong name. Very menacing. So our opponent is choosing not to play into our counter magic. I can dig that. Ah, Muldrifter. So I think we evoke Muldrifter, leave up Counterspell here. I think that's what we have to do. I don't like it, but it's better than doing nothing this turn. Oh, there's Gurmfather. Oh, if only. If only I could cast it. Okay, so play a land, pass the turn. But I imagine this will be the end. We're at 5. Shard Volley. We will... Actually, no. I don't think there's any point countering Shard Volley, so we'll go to 2. Grixis. Oh, that's such a good name. Grixis. Sufficiently superior name. Okay, that doesn't kill us yet. So nothing to worry about there. Another Lava Runner. Okay, well, we do have to counter one of these, unfortunately. I think. Yep, we do have to counter one of these. That's tough. Oh yeah, Terry's always on the truth. Grixis is the way to go. All right, so kill your Lava Runner. Very little defense back now. Forbidden Alchemy, eh? So I think we should Forbidden Alchemy first. Not 100% sure why, but we definitely should. Okay, definitely some awkward tapping here. Another black mana doesn't do anything, so I think we just take Counterspell and play out the Germfather. Hope for the best. But even with 2 cards in hand, we have no interaction up here. Opponent will have to have complete blanks. Yeah, otherwise the Lava Runner just kills us. There goes Rift Bolt. We can stop Rift Bolt. We can't stop Chain Lightning, so that's it. Dang. Okay. And for the record, I tapped double blue before I knew it was time to fight that way. All right, so Hydroblasts and a spell can come in, especially where we see they have Shard Volley. I don't think anything else in our sideboard is very relevant. Things that are less good against them, probably Firebolts. And maybe like one... So I might take out Echoing Decay. Echoing Decay doesn't really hit anything relevant. Swirling Sandstorm actually probably does less than Firebolt. Yeah. So I'll bring in one Firebolt again and take out the Swirling Sandstorms. I don't know if Stormbound Geist is worth. Probably not. Relics don't really do anything. I like it this way. Let's do it like that. What's up, Wheeler? How you doing? 60 Lightning Bolt Subarashi. Certainly is. Okay, I would love to play first. This seems kind of bad. We have all of our mana. What do we have to hit here to win? We'd have to ponder into multiple counter spells, and then we're still shuffling to hit our mana, so that ponder is essentially a dead card. This hand's pretty bad too, but we can fetch blue on turn 1. Ponder for our second blue source. And go from there. We'll bottom Drifter, because we don't even have a chance to evoke it here. Actually, we might bottom Echoing Truth. I think this is okay. I don't think it's good. I do think it's okay. This ponder's a little bit better because we have Augur of Bolas. Maybe just raw Augur? Yeah, that Augur on turn 2 is not a bad idea. Not at all. I feel like we need our second blue, though. But yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe rushing to a second blue isn't a great idea. So this is going to enable that turn 2 Lava Runner play, most likely. And that'd be a pretty dang good reason to go just raw Aug. Just raw Aug it. Ugh, okay. And then cantrip for our land drop next turn. Yeah, I'm okay with that, actually. It's pretty good insurance. Hydroblast, I think, is definitely the take here. So let's take Hydroblast. I'm tempted by Ponder there because we're light on lands, but yeah, like, Hydroblast is just... It's obvious against this deck, right? We're going to be spending a little bit of time building up our blue mana anyway. So let's see what this is. They skewer Augur, okay. They sure like their Lava Runners getting in. Down to 3 cards in hand. Brainstorm. All right, let's ponder. Ash Barrens is fine. So we'll go Brainstorm, Forbidden Alchemy, Ash Barrens. We won't shuffle. We will shuffle now. Unfortunately, we have Brainstorm in hand. That would have been very nice. We'll get our other... I think we have to get our other blue mana here. Because I think the next couple of turns are going to have to do with Counterspell Hydroblast. And then we're going to try to Brainstorm into a black source. So I am going to get Island. I know that sounds really counterintuitive. But we need it. Devon. So many land combinations, you could just jam anything together with little thought. What do you mean by that? I'm not completely with you. Do you mean like the mana bases are like janky? Alright, we find another counterspell. That's okay. We're definitely okay playing draw go here. I like the lack of mana, or how it's harder to play 3-color decks. I don't know. I don't really like that part of the strategy. Alright, our opponent's just gonna pass. I think we can risk a brainstorm here. Another blue source is fine. And then we can Augur Bolas back, Muldrifter, and I guess Gurmag Angler. Like, we don't really want it yet. We can, although we can't really cast that many counter spells either. But none of these spells are getting us to black mana. So I think we want to go, Muldrifter Angler, because our hand's going to be pretty good. We'll draw Angler. And then Augur Bolas away the other stuff. All right, so play an island, play Augur. And now I wonder if we defend Augur or not. Find Forbidden Alchemy. Muldrifter goes to the bottom. There goes our black source. That kind of sucks. But Forbidden Alchemy will allow us to work on their end step and find that black source when we need it. Which is kind of nice. Hopefully it finds us our black source. Opponent's just going to pass here. Okay, so now we can Forbidden Alchemy and leave up our counter magic, which I really like. And we are going to be leaving back our Augur Bolas because they could have Get to Lava Runner. And it's not worth getting the damage in here when we could just defend a Gurmag Angler instead. All right, opponent's just going to pass. We're going to go tap out for Forbidden Alchemy, trying to find a black source. Found a black source. All right, sweet. So our turn comes around. Find Ash Barrens, which I think I'll hold on to. So we'll go red-black, conserving as much of our graveyard as we can, because we might just be able to find another Angler soon. And I'm going to hold on to this Ash Barrens, I think, where we have 5 mana for a Muldrifter. Although, end of turn just fetching here is fine. Okay, this can resolve, because we can deal with it with Hydroblast later. Lava Runner. Sure, that doesn't really matter either. All right, so end of turn, we will Hydroblast Alchemist. And we'll shuffle with Ash Barrens. Get another, probably blue source. We have all these counter spells. Turn comes back to us. Echoing Truth, that's interesting. So play an island. Still feels like early MTG. No mana taxes make it feel like, oh, I guess so. So it is a little bit slower. I think opponent's just on straight burn, yeah. Yeah, Evolving Wilds would be pretty nuts. High rolling fun mana bases. I feel like the Tri-Lands would be a boon. I'd like to try the Tri-Lands. I would love to try Tri-Lands. I think that would be sweet. So we'll get in with Angler. I don't think there's any point main phasing Forbidden Alchemy where we can leave up 2 counter spells here. I would love to play with Tri-Lands, seriously. So what combination? Why do you guys think the Tri-Lands aren't legal? If we just ignore the possibility that Wizards is trying to make better limited formats, why do you think Tri-Lands aren't legal? I'm okay taking a Skred here, just to kill this Lava Runner. And we have some Forbidden Alchemies in the bin, which I'm very big on. Another Mangler. Okay, that's fantastic. So, Skred Lava Runner. Go to combat, swing for 6, and they should be dead next turn. We have 2 counter spells. We're going to play another Gurmag Angler. Is that really what it is? That, like, there just hasn't been a reason? Do you guys think there's any archetype or color combination that could really get busted? Would it be Grixis? Would Grixis be the color combo that is, like, completely unbeatable with that? 5-color Expedition Map Turbo deck? Yeah, Mangler. Do you guys not call it Mangler? Alright, our opponent's going to Lava Spike. Unless it kills us, I'm not countering here. Because we have 2 counter spells, so I don't really know. Skewer, sure, down to 5. And so they have to have 2 Fire Blasts here. Their hand has to be exactly 2 Fire Blasts to kill us. So I'm going to go ahead and counter this. I mean, they could have 2 Fire Blasts. Okay, we got them. What's up, Necromon? How you been, man? I think Grixis would end up being the stronger. Oh, bring back Gurm Daddy. Excuse me. The Gurm Daddy will return. I don't think it's actually slower. I'm kind of with Reverend Malthus on this one. I think even with the slightly bad mana, like, But then like I kind of understand where they're coming from. Where I think, what was your name? Sorry, Devon. I think I understand where Devon's coming from, in that, like, it almost feels like, you know, those monocolor decks aren't taking as much of a risk, and therefore they have the opportunity to beat you down on turn 3 or turn 4. Whereas, like, everybody else kind of suffers for their 2-mana, 2-color decks, but they, you know, like, they get the powerful cards that come along with playing 2 colors. Enters untap. You choose a color as it enters, and tap for only that color for as long as it's in play. I don't know. That's interesting. That's really interesting, J101. Nice, Necromon. I'm glad you're brewing. What kind of decks have you been coming up with? What kind of jank are you interested in? So we're on the play against Burn, playing a control deck. I can't imagine this is going to be... Oh, never mind. No, we're in great shape here. All right, we'll keep. This is a pretty good hand. All right, so Chain Lightning. Yep, can't pay double red to stop it. Turn comes back to us. So Hydroblast should probably be reserved for their, like, Shard Volleys, or their... It is a solid hand, or their Accelerator effects. Riftbolt doesn't really matter. I would hit a Lava Runner with it here, but we don't really have to. We're going to give our opponent a little bit of information by getting black here. And these Forbidden Alchemy should help us find the Grim Father in short order anyway. All right, go Island, say go. We're off to a little bit of a slow start. Like, they could, despite how much counter magic we do have here, they could still kind of make mincemeat out of us, even with just the number of cards they have in hand. But this was a good 7. Yep, they bolts. We have to start worrying about being mana efficient now. Keldon, okay, we don't want to Hydroblast that, so we will counter that. The best 5 damage burn spell you've ever seen. All right, turn comes back to us. We'll go red mana here because we can represent the removal spell instant speed. Pass the turn, and if they don't give us anything to Hydroblast, we get to Forbidden Alchemy. They know we have a swamp, so I guess that's kind of giving away a little bit of unnecessary information. We do not want these to resolve, because killing them with Hydroblast are real inefficient. Alright, opponent has 2 cards in hand. I imagine some of their accelerators are coming, but we're still flush with removal spells, so it shouldn't be that big of an issue. Go to Snow-Covered Island. Risky grab of the Snow-Covered Island there. There's a Skred to deal with an accelerator. I like that. So we'll go blue mana again. And yeah, see if we can go for it. Better than blue-black alchemy, right? All right, they're going to get this Marauders, unfortunately. I guess we could have forbidden just in case we hit Hydroblast there, but I don't think it's time then. I don't think it's time for desperation, especially where we have Skred in hand to deal with it if we have to. So let's alchemy, see if we can hit Angler. We can't, but we do hit Muldrifter. I'm pretty good with Muldrifter here, given what the board state looks like, so we'll get Muldrifter. We will Skred this. It's still dealt 2 damage and got a card out of our hand. Next turn, we're at 9, so I guess they could still kill us. Marauder gets better with War of the Spark? Why is that? Evolving Wilds. Part of me feels like I should evoke Muldrifter looking for counter magic here, but I'm just going to run out Swamp and pass. And if they play something that can kill us, then we have to Alchemy looking for removal on the stack. But if they go low enough cards in hand and we can develop our mana base, then... Alright, they Lava Spike. We're at 6. They're going to pass. We have to Alchemy looking for way more interaction. So let's Alchemy. I like Brainstorm here. So we'll take Brainstorm. Turn comes back. Counterspell. Big on that right now. So we'll Brainstorm. This might not be the best Brainstorm in the universe. Find another Drifter and a Ponder. I think I want to keep Island. No, Island. We're probably not Islanding this turn. So let's put back Island, Mountain. This Ponder is going to help us hit our land drop next turn anyway. Play Evolving Wilds and pass the turn. We're at 6 against Burn with 1 counterspell in hand. Like, this is dicey dicey territory to be in, and we've missed our Gurmag Anglers horribly here. Opponent going to hard cast Rift Bolt. You got it. So I feel like a lethal Skewer the Critics is on its way. Alright, so we'll fetch. Go get some more blue mana. Turn comes back. What do we draw? So we're looking for either more counter magic or there's a Dispel and another Brainstorm. We don't have a shuffle effect here though. So I think we kind of have to... I'd like this Dispel though. So let's go Swamp, Brainstorm, Dispel. No shuffle. Hopefully the Brainstorm can help get us out of it later. And I guess we could evoke a Muldrifter here, but I think we're going to have to kill our opponent with them, so... I think the plan is to cast a Muldrifter and leave up counter magic next turn. It might have been correct to cast one there and just leave up Dispel, but that seems a little too ballsy for me. Alright, Hardcast Skewer the Critics is going to kill us, so we have to counter that. And we'll see if our opponent has the kill here. Lava Runner does it. Alright, turn comes back. I feel like this is kind of a tough matchup. Let's run out a Muldrifter. Draw some cards. What do we find? They might try to kill us instant speed here. Yeah, there's Fire Blast. Okay, so Dispel the Fire Blast. Thank God we have this Dispel. Draw a couple cards. There's Gurmfather. Our opponent has 0 cards in hand, but we're at 3 life here. Okay. We might hit Blue Source Counterspell if we Brainstorm here, so I think that's an argument for not Gurmag Anglering right away. So I think we have to do it like this. We didn't hit Blue Source Counterspell, so we'll go Brainstorm Island on top, I guess, and just hope our opponent whiffs for the rest of their lives. 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't have a ton of time either. 6, 7. Yeah, the total this is fine moment, everyone. We need them to whiff for 2 turns, I think, is what we're looking for here. Top decking with my 2 favorite allies. Maybe they drew Skewer the Critics or Rift Bolt or something, but I think if they had Rift Bolt, they would just play it. So let's play Muldrifter. Draw some cards first. There's Counterspell that we knew was there. Okay. Have a little bit of defense, so go land, go to combat, swing. Whew. Yeah, it's going pretty okay. It's a little sketchy. We're attacking for 1, 2, 3, we're 1, 2, 7, 8, 9 next turn, so we still don't have lethal on board. We still need a couple turns here. We got the Counterspell. We knew it's there. Alright, so before I counter this, I'm going to Brainstorm to see if we have a removal spell on top. Okay, we have removal spells, so I'm not going to counter this. So let's go Mountain, Skred on top. No counters. Well, yeah, hopefully we win. We don't know yet. Alright, turn comes back. We'll go Lightning Bolt on... Or actually, no. Let's hold on to the Lightning Bolt. I don't know why I would do that. So Skred your Alchemist. Combat. Swing for 9. We're going to be off by 1, and I'm going to be so salty. We might not be off by 1, though. Our opponent might have something in their hand they can't cast. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go Muldrifter. Draw some cards. Find another mountain that we don't need, but we'll play it. Pass the turn. Oh, come on. Come on. If they don't have 2 spells, we win. Lava Runner doesn't do it, so we won't counter that. It doesn't do it in a lot of ways. Nothing from our opponent. We got to play real wise here, gang. Opponent just passing. Fire Blast. All right, well, we will Counterspell Fire Blast. And that's game. We got him. Sweet. This is a good hand. We have our 2 blue sources. We have a red source. We have an Exclude, which is a total haymaker, and we have Ponder to help us find definitely, oh god, a way to wrap these elves, hopefully quickly. All right. So I'm more inclined to go Ponder than Fetch here because we have to know what we're fetching for. So let's Ponder. I mean, it's almost trivially going to be a red source. All right, there's a Lightning Bolt. We definitely want to draw that. We probably want to draw Augur as well. So let's go Island, Augur, Bolt. No shuffle. Pass the turn. We could shuffle on our upkeep to get rid of the Augur, but I think I'm okay finding it. Vapes of Wrath. Main deck Swirling Sandstorm versus Elves, indeed. So they're going to get in for 1. This could be Stompy too. I'm more used to seeing Quirion Ranger turn 1 out of Stompy than I am Elves, and second Forest on turn 2 is definitely more of an Elf play, or more of a Stompy play than an Elf play. So Augur is going to be nice here. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but it's certainly going to be nice. Wild Mongrel. I wonder if they want to pitch the rest of their hand to save this Mongrel. I guess we're going to find out. All right, so we draw Augur. And because of the way the board's kind of shaped up here, I think I actually just want to Augur instead of Lightning Bolt. Because our opponent might pitch, or our opponent might not have enough cards in hand to get this Mongrel out of range. So we'll play Augur and then see if they want to like pump their... Ooh, another Bolt. Well, I'm super into that. Let's take another Bolt. And pass the turn. This feels busted. Like Augur into Bolt Bolt against a Stompy deck, that feels pretty good. Oh yeah. Yeah, Quirion Ranger turn 1 feels way more like Stompy than anything else. So we're going to block here. We're going to try to bait them into discarding a couple of cards. They choose not to. Looks like they're going to play them out instead. There's Pit Skulk. Okay. And what do you got next? They're going to untap Mongrel. And Nest Invader. Okay, so they don't have enough cards in hand to save their Mongrel. I think we'll kill that first. Actually, no, they could pick up a land. But then they're pretty close. Like, I'll see if they want to go Hellbent. We're going to target Mongrel first here. This is interesting, because we can leave up Exclude. And I don't think they're going to save Mongrel. But... well, you know what? I think actually killing Pit Skulk is better here. Like, a little bit more important. Really, this game is going to be about stopping our opponent from killing us before we can Swirling Sandstorm. So we should really just be playing for cards and graveyard equity here, above all else. So let's kill Pit Skulk because we definitely can't block it. There's a new Rift Bolt? They have Mutagenic Growth. Okay, sure. No big deal. So our first Bolt fizzles. No point in fetching here. We'll stay back. We can't block that one. We will block a Wild Mongrel. We're almost okay with Augur Bolas dying, because we want 7 cards in our graveyard before we die. All right, so they're going to get in with their 2/2s. We're going to take 6 down to 11. It's dicey, guys. This is dicey. And we'll see if they want to pitch. They're going to pitch. Okay, there goes a Forest. Yep. So now they can't protect their Mongrel. Sure. So Augur goes away. We do have to get to Threshold. Unfortunately, we haven't hit a lot of cantrips. I guess we can evoke Muldrifter next turn and bolt something and then try not to die, but like we're a little far away from that. I don't know if we want second red or not. Do we need second red here? I guess we could draw another removal spell before we need Swamp. We could draw another removal spell. But we also have to evoke Muldrifter next turn, so I think I'm actually going to get... yeah, I'm going to get Mountain. If we top deck another removal spell, that's what I want to play. So we top deck Forbidden Alchemy. That's going to help with Threshold. All right, we just have to survive one more turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so play Mountain. And I think we're going to bolt the Mongrel now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we'll leave up Exclude as well. But we'd obviously rather Alchemy. Actually, we kind of have to alchemy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we have to alchemy. So here they come. Big attack. Time spirals. The art's the same as Modern Masters. Still save too late. Look it up later. We're at 4. See if our opponent commits everything to the board. Nice. Actually, that's not very nice, because Swirling Sandstorm doesn't kill it. Gotta find a removal spell for that bad boy. So I'm sorry I'm not paying a lot of attention. I'm trying to, the art's the same as the Modern Master one. Higher contrast. Oh, okay. So, hey, Waltzmark, so it's a reprint of Riftbolt. That's cool. All right, so let's Forbidden Alchemy. That'll get us Threshold. We have to find a removal spell for this Vault Scourge. Skred will do it. So we'll take Skred. Turn comes back. We still don't have our Black Source. So play Snow-Covered Island. Kill your Vault Scourge. And we'll Swirling into Augur Bolas. Hopefully it's enough. Pass the turn. We could just play Muldrifter, it's true. So 2 mana. What's this going to be? Emissary. Okay, that's not super scary. So we'll play Muldrifter this turn. That'll draw us a couple cards. I mean, I guess we're dead to Epic Confrontation here. Actually, no. I think we play Augur Bolas looking for a removal spell and hold up Exclude. That seems way better. So let's do it like this. Augur. What do we find? Forbidden Alchemy, Brainstorm, and Ponder. I think Alchemy just provides more card selection, so I actually think we want to take that. We need Black Source and Angler, though. We're going to Muldrifter next turn. This isn't easy. Brainstorm's bad without a shuffle effect. I don't want to Alchemy and mill over like both of my Anglers, so I think I'm actually going to take Ponder here. I think it's just the best of all of it. I do really like Forbidden Alchemy. We already have one in the bin that we can flash back when it comes time to do that, and I like Ponder because if we don't find anything else to do, we can Muldrifter and Ponder next turn. I guess we can Ponder right now, honestly. So let's Ponder. There's our Gurm Angler. We definitely want that. We probably want this Skred right now. Actually, no. I kind of think this is a shuffle. Unless Brainstorm finds us a fetch. Maybe this isn't a shuffle. We have an answer for their next 2 creatures. We're going to cast a Muldrifter next turn. Yeah, actually, let's go... Let's go Angler, Skred, Brainstorm. No shuffle. I'm okay with that stack, because we can answer the next creature with Exclude, and then... I pondered the entire time already. I'm pondering right now! Alright, so here they come with the Burning Tree. Yep, we will block. Vines doesn't give trample or anything. And opponent's just going to pass. Okay. So we will Brainstorm. See if we can find a fetch land. We found a fetch land. We want to draw Angler. We probably want to draw Skred too, honestly. So maybe we just put back Muldrifter. Keep Exclude and Skred. Put back Drifter. Put back Evolving Wilds. And next turn we hold up Skred, Exclude. Play Evolving Wilds and pass turn. I'm not going to attack with Augur here because I'm just really worried about them being able to kill us through an Epic Confrontation. Or with an Epic Confrontation. Okay, so we will Skred in response. See if they have Vines here. They don't, thankfully. That definitely would have been a good out for them. 1 mana doesn't cast anything for them. They probably could have just even waited, but I guess we would have... Alright, so play this. We lose our Muldrifter, but we found another Skred, so things are just kind of going really well here. Alright, so go to combat, we'll swing for 1. No haste to worry about in their deck. And we're only going to leave up enough mana to Skred and Exclude. So that's this stuff. So 3 mana, Gurmfather. Make sure we don't get rid of our Forbidden Alchemy by mistake. Delve 2 more. Skred, snow covered for what it's worth. Pass the turn. And they scoop to the fish. Okay. So, Chainer's Edicts are good here. I don't think Stormbound Geist is any good. I think Relic is probably like fine. Magma Spray is probably relevant. Although we didn't see Young Wolves or anything like that, but I do like quick instant speed interaction against this deck. I think it's probably better than... No, actually, Magma Spray is not... No, it's not really better than anything else. Chainer's Edict might not even be... We're probably just really good against them. Like, I don't know if we want to go down the consistency. What do you guys think? Vines with Trample would be awesome? No. Keep the blocker back, yeah. Stormbound Geist for 2 blocks? Well, it only blocks flyers, right? You come to me on the day of my Augur's wedding. Yeah, but it is a good spell. I think Dispel is almost even better than some of the spells in our deck here. Wheeler probably, I don't know, honestly. I actually really don't know, because I still lose a lot. I don't think we'll have time. Yeah, I like a lot, for sure. Because I'm playing Pauper a lot more. Like, I'm playing 10 matches minimum a week. And then I train, or like, practice or whatever in the meantime. Guys, what are we cutting for these? Maybe we can trim 1 Alchemy. Although Alchemy was super clutch there for getting Sandstorm online, and it finds it. Echoing Truth probably doesn't do anything. And maybe we'll take out... I don't want to trim a Drifter. This list is so tight. I think Firebolt's probably pretty good. Yeah, the practice rooms aren't that great. I think Exclude's okay. It does feel a little bit slow, though. I guess you're right. It's either Exclude or Forbidden Alchemy. I think 1 Alchemy can go, but yeah, Magma Spray is probably fine, too. Huh. I'm going to go down... Man, Alchemy and Sandstorm are just such a combo, though. I'm going to go down 1 Brainstorm and do it like that. I know Brainstorm is a clutch and very powerful card, but I think we resolved precisely 1 too many Brainstorms that game. I think this hand's kind of bad. It doesn't do anything. It has a cantrip, but that's it. So I'm actually going to mulligan this. Okay, this hand's pretty slow, but we do have the aggro killer plus a removal spell and a Mold Drifter for later, so I'm going to keep this. And we'll bottom one of these Evolving Wilds. I don't think Firebolt's too slow. No. In some cases, Firebolt does almost exactly the same. Sideboarding's really hard. I would say sideboarding is even harder than playing Magic sometimes. Maybe like most of the time for me. Once you've got the sideboarding and mulliganing, like, because they're the 2 most powerful things you can do in Magic, is sideboard and mulligan. So I think those are kind of like shady, the 2 strongest things you can do. Double Pit Skulk, huh? Well, all right. Augur Bolas looking a little bad here. So we'll go get blue. Let's see what we draw. Another Augur. Okay. Well, I think we do go Augur here. Yeah, that's true. I also have no idea what these sideboards are for. Yeah, Exclude does look really bad here, you're right. Echoing Decay, however, does not. So we will take Echoing Decay. Pass the turn. And yeah, hope our opponent doesn't have some shifty kind of Hunger of the Howl Pack play coming in. Alright, see what this is. Rankers up as Pit Skulk. Yep. That's trouble. Here they come. Can't block. Won't block. Taking a million. And another creature. Burning Tree, okay. So they're just gonna like dump the rest of their hand here? Looks like they are. So I'll take precisely 1 more hit off of Pit Skulk probably this game, and then I'll get to Echoing Decay them, and we should be in a really good position. All right, turn comes back. We find Firebolt. That's a good draw. So let's go Evolving Wilds. Firebolt the Vault Scourge. I should have pondered first, because I could have hit untap black mana off of Ponder. But we'll ponder. We do need a land drop. Gurmag Angler is looking pretty great here, too, and so is Edict. I'm okay drawing all of these spells, and this land. That makes Evolving Wilds pretty sketchy. What do I want the most? Probably Angler, kind of where our hand's at here, although Chainer's Edict is just kind of sealing the deal, isn't it? Because we're gonna kill both of these with Echoing Decay. We can Lightning Bolt this, and then they're left with Aquarian Ranger. But then we should probably play an Angler and win the game. So let's go Edict, Snow-Covered Angler, no shuffle. Go get my Black Source so I don't forget about it. And hope our opponent doesn't have any answers. Pass the turn. The equation is only true related to damage in MTG. Alright, opponent goes to attacks. Yep, Pit Skulks and Burning Trees. We'll go to blocks. Them having a pump spell for a Pit Skulk here is kind of a disaster, but we'll see. If it's Vines, then at least we'll get rid of one of them. Alright, turn comes back. See what we draw. Alchemy. So what we're going to do is we're going to... Oh, man. I really want to try to bolt one first, so that I can still Echoing Decay the other one. But I just... If their last card is Vines, then we're in trouble. But if it's not, we're in pretty good shape. So attempt to Echoing Decay the Vault Scourge, or the Pit Skulk. It goes away. Rancor goes back to our opponent's hand. We get to leave up Lightning Bolt for whatever they choose to put that on. Alright, pass the turn. It's tense. We're at 7 here. 14 minutes on the clock. Alright, opponent, what do you got? Land. Here comes Rancor. We have Bolt in response. Opponent has a kicked Vines by the looks. That's not good. Are we dead? We're not dead, but this is trouble. We're going to take 6. Oh, man. God. Very close to dead. Opponent attacks. Go to blocks. Block like this. Go to 1. That was pretty clutch for them. Alright, turn comes back. Let's go Angler. And I mean, Pump Spell still wins them the game here. So maybe I should Ponder first. I don't know whether I should play Augur Bolas or Ponder. What's up, Hardcore MTG? I could potentially Ponder into a removal spell for this and still cast Gurmag Angler. You think Augur's better? Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. Yeah. Okay, so let's just cast our stuff. We'll go Angler first. We do lose a Firebolt in the process, I think. Oh, we don't. No, that's great. Okay, so Angler and Augur. Hopefully it'll find us a removal spell, and then we'll try to find a way to win the game from there. Edict helps a lot. Okay, so Pump Spell kills us. I don't like that. Ponder does feel kind of greedy. And we can't double block the Emissary. Nest Invader. Okay, that's fine. That is Edict fodder. I don't like that. So they pretty much got us next turn. We need another blocker. We can't cast our Muldrifter. So you need a blocker or a removal spell. Nice blocker, right? Okay, but I think there's a pretty good chance we can Ponder into removal here. So let's try that. Come on. Oh, Sandstorm. Oh, no. I think we're dead. Because we can't draw Sandstorm and cast it here, we definitely don't have Threshold. I think we're actually dead, so we have to go any order and shuffle. Any order, shuffle my library, draw a card. It's an island. I think we're dead. We can't Forbidden Alchemy into anything. Yeah, that's it. Okay. I'm not missing anything here, right, guys? Yeah, we're dead. Okay, so let's go to game 3. Probably have to play a bit faster than that. I think Dispel is worth it. I think Dispel over Exclude is probably worth it. Although I like Exclude a lot. Exclude felt so bad. We didn't have time to Alchemy at all there. So let's take Alchemy out and bring in a Dispel. Try it like that. No. No. I like this. I like this a little more. It's a lot of ponders. Let's keep. We'll go get our red mana on turn 1. I probably have to bottom this Dispel. Or I guess we can ponder on turn 1. Because we can shuffle on upkeep if we really don't want the rest of this stuff. And it turns out, well, I guess that lets us go. So if we go, let's go Mountain, Counterspell, Island, no shuffle. And that way we can play Island, draw Counterspell next turn, and then if our opponent doesn't cast a 2-drop, then we can just go get our red. This hand's not bad. What's up, Volkarine? How you doing? Quarian Ranger, okay. So the counterspell we're going to draw can help us deal with a Skargan Pit Skulk, which is one of our biggest issues. And then we can shuffle on our upkeep. I'm going to set an upkeep stop because we don't want that other mountain. We'd rather fetch it with Ash Barrens and have a fresh card on top. Pass the turn. Leaving up counterspell, and that's it. Counterspell and cycle Ash Barrens if our opponent doesn't give us anything worth countering. Here comes Quarian Ranger for 1. Not yet, I don't think, unless there's been one just now. And what's this? Pit Skulk. Okay, we do not want you having that. So counter that. And hopefully whatever they play next is... Okay, so nothing. That's great for us. So we'll go cycle, get our red mana. And I gotta start playing fast. I know I haven't been like super interactive tonight, guys. I am sorry about that. I'm doing everything I can to play as tight as I can. We have 2 removal spells here. That's pretty all right. Okay, so I'm not big on Brainstorm here, so I think I'm going to go... Although we could Brainstorm into our Shuffle effect next turn. Although just having all these removal spells has to be great, right? I just like having all these removal spells. So let's go Brainstorm, Evolving Wilds, Lightning Bolt. No Shuffle. Draw Bolt. Play Snow Covered. Pass the turn. And see what our opponent's up to. Got removal for the next couple turns. Plus a counterspell. Alright, what's this? 3rd land, and... Are people playing Lead the Stampede yet in these lists? I don't think so. They get some mana, they play a Nest Invader, yep. Sure. And what's last? Nothing. So I think we do just go ahead and... Skred, actually, let's Bolt first, because Skred will get better next turn. So let's try to Skred BTE. Or try to Bolt BTE. Opponent's going to Vines, sure. But I'm okay trading with the Vines here because we have 2 more removal spells and a counterspell in hand. Alright, so turn comes back. We draw Evolving Wilds. Play Evolving Wilds, pass the turn. This is going to go get our black mana. And actually, I think I'm going to Bolt Burning Tree now. Because I don't want our opponent to like kick a Vines on their turn. Alright, pass the turn. Although Counterspell, I really only want to hit like an Elephant Guide or like, you know. Huh. Well, countering that is problematic. Skredding, yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter that much. That's interesting. Granted, if they do want to just dredge next turn and do that again, like that doesn't really matter either. I think we're fine taking 4 this turn. And then we can use Skred to kill this on their upkeep, or probably on our turn. That wasn't very mana efficient, though. Maybe that was incorrect. Third land does mean they're flooded, you're right. All right, let's see what this is. A better counterspell target. I'll take it. All right, so counter that. Play a... or get a swamp. But we're already at 12. Like, we have to run pretty good here. Try Ash Barrens. That is not ideal. All right, well, I guess we're going to go Hellbent. Cycle Ash Barrens for red mana. Actually, probably for blue mana. Just in case we cantrip into a something or other. I'm debating whether I want to let them go to combat before I let this Skred go or not, but I think I have to. I don't think I can play scared right now. I think I have to be aggressive with this removal magic. All right, here they come. Yep. So go through the blocks. No blocks. Skred your Quirion Ranger, but Kicked Vines is very, very bad for us here. All right, Nest Invader gets in. Quirion Ranger, not great. And we pretty much have to hit Sandstorm here, I think. Counterspell. Well, it does keep them off Moldvine Cloak for another turn. Pass a turn. I didn't have the shuffle, like I had the shuffle or the brainstorm. It depended on which order they were going to come in. And I didn't have another shuffle effect for brainstorm. Like I could have kept brainstorm, got a shuffle effect, but then I would have had to draw another card to get to the shuffle effect. And I would have lost the removal and the counterspell in my hand. And I think I needed them. All right, we're at 7. Opponent's dredging an aura. We draw a land. Deck, you troll. Okay, so they dredge 2, give this +3/+3, and we go to 1. So it's Swirling Sandstorm or bust here, gang. Or like, we can't even Forbidden Alchemy into it. I guess we could like cantrip into it. They get back Cloak, cast Cloak. I'm not really sure. Maybe there's just a lot of counter magic in the meta and they want to hedge for that. But yeah, we have to hit Sandstorm and then we have to have like awesome draws after that. And we draw another land and that's it. All right, got stomped. Happens. Okay, so this hand's like fine. Although it's not very good. Find one of our 8 shuffle effects. And I guess Ponder and Brainstorm are kind of a combo together. We can invoke a Muldrifter to keep things flowing. If we have to, but that seems kind of slow, so I'm going to mulligan. All right, this hand's great, so I'm going to keep this. We'll bottoming Sandstorm seems a little dicey. We'll bottom Sandstorm. Hopefully this Ponder gets us enough selection that we don't get punished too badly for that. Sambaram. So we managed to win a match against Burn, which was sweet. And it was a relatively convincing win, too. Followed by playing up against... Oh, God, how do I not even remember? What did we just play against? Stompy. And they were just too fast. There was too much stuff. We didn't draw into our spot removal on time. They had the pump spells to answer them. More opportunity point. Yeah, more opportunities for you to punt. Deck is too much for me. It can be too much for me too. Like, do you guys have a threshold of decks that you play? Do you have a difficulty threshold that you prefer to others? I could totally see that being a thing. And for me, it's like hard to choose because I just play, you know, what decks do well and my own brews. So the difficulty threshold is always fairly high because for one, you have to play brews really, really well to get any results at all in Pauper. And beyond that, you have to play net decks really well usually because they're not easy to pilot. Besides like aggressive decks, I guess. And I try to avoid those, well, for a couple of reasons. For one, they don't put up unique 5-0s very often, but also because, oh man, gonna be one of these matchups, huh? But also because you don't get as much, or you get more variance, sorry, than other strategies, I find. Don't play anything that's harder to play than Burn. And I don't think Burn's trivially easy or anything either. So opponent whiffs on their Augur. That's great. Let's see if we can get ahead in this card advantage game. I'm going to go with my own Augur this turn as well. For one, to block theirs, and 1 life is going to matter a lot in this matchup. And also because Ponder into Shuffle with Ash Barrens next turn definitely matters. Okay, well, Brainstorm Shuffle's even better. So we're going to do that. And I don't think Swirling Sandstorm matters in this matchup. I'm definitely happy I put that other one on the bottom early. So go like that, take Brainstorm. Massive complexity than otherwise. I think, like, I prefer complexity because you have a lot of decisions. Who was it that said that? Maybe it was Birdman or they were quoting somebody else, but, like, the fewer decisions you have, the more important those decisions are. But also, when you just have no control over things, it's harder to feel bad about it. Do you guys know what I mean? Let's see how our opponent pondered. They didn't shuffle with their ponders, so you gotta wonder what they found. All right, see if they get in. They might have Disfigure or something and try to get us here. Part of me kind of... I think Augur drawing us a Brainstorm and trading with the Disfigure is actually kind of fine, considering how much spot removal we have. All right, so here's our turn. We can Brainstorm before our draw step, but I don't really know if that's worth it. Nah. So let's go to main phase. We find Ponder. All right, let's Brainstorm first. We can lose one of these mountains for sure. I don't mind Lightning Bolt to kill their Augur to get our clock moving. Another Brainstorm is really nice to keep us going. So let's go bottom Ponder, snow-covered mountain. We will go get a red source. Or go get probably another blue source, I guess. Yeah, so we're giving away a little bit of information here. We're going to get blue source, and we'll kill their Augur. Then start attacking. We don't have any counter magic here, so I think going on the tap-out control plan is about where we want to be. This Firebolt might become useful. The reason I held on to it is because of a potential Delver, and I want to make sure we have an answer to it through counter magic. You'll find more context for the decisions. Yeah, so having context is really important. Like knowing what your opponent, for example, like what my opponent could be searching for with this Brainstorm. And if I were in this matchup, I'd probably be looking for ways to get more card advantage than my opponent, or just a way to protect the Delver that I'm going to try to win the game with. So if you know what they're looking for, you're like driving home from F&M being proud of making tight plays. Yeah, I like that too. I still do feel bad when I lose, though. I don't know. I can't avoid that. Play jank, lots and lots of jank. You're playing suboptimal decks in the face of anything the lobby throws at you. Well, that's fun too. And that is definitely, that's probably my favorite way to play, is to like just play really janky stuff. And like when you get to combo off that one time, it just feels way too good. All right, so we're going to Brainstorm. What we want to find here is Counterspell. So honestly, if we're doing that, we should probably Ponder first to look at more cards. Another Augur is not bad. We don't want this Bolt or this Ponder. So I think we're going to go... Or actually, no. Bolt's fine. So I think we're going to go Bolts, Ponder, Augur. No Shuffle. Draw our Augur. Play an Island. Play Augur. Have a look. Get our Lightning Bolts. So I tapped a little bit incorrectly there. I might get punished for it. Go to combat. Attack with Augur. And now we've got a couple of butts on board and a way to remove a Delver. We don't, however, have any way of dealing with Angler just yet. Aurochs Tribal. Oh, man. Crazy deck. You prefer Commander for type plays. Complex board states make it harder to judge the correct line. Yeah, I agree with that too. And I think that's probably one of the reasons I prefer to play combo decks in those formats. Is because you just kind of wait. It's just like, oh, somebody's doing something to me? Well, better keep myself alive and then try to combo off. Part of me kind of thinks these Lightning Bolts are actually supposed to not go at Augurs. They're supposed to go at our opponent's face. But I guess we'll find out. Politics is really cool, and I'm sad I haven't found the opportunity to play with politics. Do you guys have any methods of just, like, initiating that? Like, getting politics into your games? Right, let's see what we draw. Another Augur. Okay. So let's... yeah, let's Brainstorm. I don't think we need this Firebolt anymore, and Forbidden Alchemy is a ways off. Combo players die first. Make finding correct lines possible. Yeah, that's a cool way of looking at it. All right, so we found a couple of lands we definitely don't want. We're cool with keeping this Skred. We don't need the untapped black mana, but we do get to keep our alchemy in the meantime. So let's go like this. Let's attempt to Skred their Augur, representing our own counter magic, but also it's a way for us to cast our Augur. Opponent has foil in hand. They'll be able to hard cast it next turn, so I feel okay pressuring them here. We're ahead on life total, and a lot of our opponents' removal plays with their life total, so this feels kind of okay. We'll go fetch our black mana with Evolving Wilds here. So tough decisions on my opponent's end too. I can't imagine this is going to be a short match by any means. I don't think there'll be any short matches tonight, honestly. So it looks like our opponent's going to defend their Augur. Oh, they're going to gush, sure. Everyone is a combo player in EDH. Feldegriff as a general. So you guys think just like playing a general... It's not just we should team up. People say politics and commander. All they mean is deal is that can then be broken until no one trusts anyone. Okay, so our opponent counters the Skred. That's okay. We're going to play our Evolving Wilds, go to combat, swing with our Augurs. We're going to get rid of this floating mana first, and then cast another Augur of our own. Hopefully digging into some more interaction. But next turn, I think, is when we're going to attempt to remove this again. And then most likely cast a Forbidden Alchemy while our opponent's a little low on mana. We'll see if they have a Daze here. They don't. So we saw foil. They pitched an Echoing Decay in the meantime. Augur Bolas whiffs, but puts a bunch of lands to the bottom, so I'm cool with that. I almost don't want to shuffle. All right, our turn. Or their turn. They played so many spells, I thought it was their turn. Means is deals that can be broken, that can then be broken until no one trusts anyone. Kind of sounds like just like the worst relationship you could build. Just make a bunch of deals with everybody, break them all. That can give some benefit to everyone is a great way to get politics started. So just start offering people things, hey? All right, opponent, what's this going to be? Are we only... Wait a minute. Are we only in match 3? This is only match 3, isn't it? Yeah, so why do I have 2 match losses? Weird. Weird, guys. There's the Grandfather. Well, that's hard for us to deal with for sure. Especially now that our opponent has a way to interact with us. I mean, we can go get second red and try to double removal spell it, but we have Swirling Sandstorm in our deck that we can try to leverage, plus our own Gurmag Anglers. We talked about this right before the stream. These games do go long. All right, so get black mana. Am I crazy? Is this actually match 4? All right, turn comes back, and we're kind of at a... Ooh, okay. Well, that's nice. I forgot we had Skred in our deck. I think our opponent would have used a counterspell last turn, so I'm pretty comfortable using Skred to try to hit an angler here. Although we don't have backup, and we could look for it next turn. Let's Alchemy first. They might counter Alchemy. And if they don't counter Alchemy, they might counter our Gurmag Angler. We found a Gurmangler. We'll take it. So try to play a Gurm. Father. Actually, no. If this is going to be how it is, so we should try to Skred. For sure. And then try to Gurmangler. Because I'd rather have a Gurmag Angler on board than a Skred resolving. It doesn't feel good to have any of these cards countered. In any way. Oh god, hopefully they don't have Daze. They might have Daze. That would friggin' suck. But it is what it is. We baited the counterspell with our Skred. Opponent's gonna gush all the way down to 0 islands, so they definitely cannot do anything but foil here. Gurmfather resolves. Alright, pass the turn. We've got the best removal spell for Gurmag Angler in the format. It's another Gurmag Angler. So do we hit any... Yeah, so one of our other Skreds is already gone. That's probably a good reason to Lightning Bolt Augurs over Skredding Augurs. All right, let's see what this is. 2 mana, Augur Bolas. Sure, can't stop that. We'll see what it reveals. And given the Angler parity, I actually think I'm going to be the one to swing first here. Our opponent plays with their life total more than we do, so I think they're more likely to try to trade an Angler in. And of course, we have backup. If they have some kind of like Disfigure or something going on, granted, they do know exactly what's in our hand now. Yeah, I kind of feel like they don't have Dazes in their deck. Oh, Rafiq. What does Rafiq do? Anybody want to hit me with an exclamation point? Card Rafiq? Drifty boy. All right, well, that's great for us. So let's go to combat. We'll swing with Angler. We could just swing with everything, I guess. If our opponent wants to take 5 and kill one of our Augurs, then that's not that bad. We got a Drifty boy coming down. These might have to block Angler to save our lives. I don't think our opponent has a way to deal with it, though. I'm going to attack with everything. They have to have foil here to, like, really mess us up. So we'll see. Blocks, blocks, and they are going to trade Anglers, kind of as I anticipated. So we'll get our extra damage in a turn early here. And let's try to run out a Muldrifter. Really find out if our opponent has Daze or not. And if there's any target worth foiling, that was the one. Find another Skred. That's awesome news. So play Island, pass the turn. Now we have evasive damage, plus we're ahead on the clock. Our opponent does have 7 cards in hand, but a lot of those are islands, because they've been gushing like a moth here. Opponent goes down to 8. We have a Lightning Bolt in hand, and a Firebolt for that matter. So the pressure's on. And Gurmag Angler used Gurmag Angler. It's super effective. Used to do like 8-person EDH. Oh my goodness. Staying up till 5 a.m. Draw 2 on a 2/2. Draw 2 and have your opponent discard a card. Can't forget that part. All right, so our turn. Let's ponder first. Could have hit something relevant. Nope, this is going to be 100% a shuffle. Nice. Okay, so play Evolving Wilds. How much is this to flashback? 7? Doesn't seem great. Go to combat, we'll swing. We're going to hold on to Firebolt for now. I think I'm going to try to Lightning Bolt them on their end step here if they don't play anything worth removing in the meantime. If they play Gurmag Angler, I think Lightning Bolting their face is still a better play. Rafiq of the Many. 1 green, blue, white. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gains double. Oh, that's so sweet. Because then you can just Voltron up anything. Yeah, I like that. That's really cool. We're getting a little unlucky with our draws here, but I feel like our opponent is as well. They're going to Echoing Decay the Augurs. Okay, sure. I'm alright going down to 1 Augur here. Oh man, their Augurs die too. Sweet. So we're essentially at parity here. Opponent's going to Brainstorm. The burn in my hand is now lethal. That's correct. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it's the first combat phase of the turn. Untap that creature. After this phase, there is an additional combat phase. Oh, that is so cool. So how do you deal with playing a deck like that on a budget? So do you just like go get the crazy expensive mana base and go nuts with it and just like have a great time that way? So go get red mana here. And I think we're going to Bolt Face. Because we might want to Skred Delver. Our opponent very likely has hard counter in hand, I'd assume. Yeah, okay, sure. But now they're tapped out, so we should be able to deal with this Delver with the first side of Firebolt, and then we'll have the rest of Firebolt to deal burn damage. And we have Skred to deal with Angler, even on the same turn. You, on the other hand, do not. So yeah, so like the cards in the deck, it's like not a big deal, right? Like most, you can make like a janky EDH deck for very little money. Like, well, the cards besides the mana base, but like There's so much great mana now, it's not hard. But I mean, like, really cheap. Like, I'm talking about that $50 deck that Fallen King's talking about. And that's Zer's Jeskai, right? Or is it Esper? I can't remember. Mana base is where you lose money if you're concerned about it. Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I like having really good mana. Like, almost no matter what. What? I had to stop playing it because it was too powerful? Oh, that's totally... I'm into that. That face when you stop playing your $50 deck because it's too good. Commander's Quarters? I've actually seen those guys. And there's a reason why they're so friggin' popular. Their decks are sweet. Shouts out to Commander Quarters. Y'all want to do a collab? You know where I am. So turn comes back. We find another mountain, which could be relevant. We might want to flash back our teachings or our alchemy. So we'll go to Firebolt here. Even if our opponent does foil, they go down to 1 card in hand. We get to flash this back, kill their Delver. They've got no threat. And we got a Skred in hand to deal with the next thing that we run into. So play a land, go to combat, and swing. We have just 7 mana here, so there's no point going Forbidden Alchemy before our opponent's turn. And really, the only thing we want off of Forbidden Alchemy is a Gurmag Angler. And at the same time, like a burn spell to win the game would also be fine. A Preordain, sure. Like a counterspell might just be good enough because we can deal 2 damage with this Firebolt, so a Lightning Bolt is also lethal. Here comes a Gurmfather, sure. Well, now we definitely want counter magic. Because I think we have 1 Skred left. Goes Evolving Wilds, 2 cards in hand. They've gushed multiple times. I can't remember if they've had more than 3 islands on the battlefield yet or not. So let's go Forbidden Alchemy. And I want to find counter magic or our last Skred here. Opponent's going to counter that. Okay. You got it. Which means... Oh, they gush. Okay, sure. All right, so they let it go. We don't find an answer for Angler or a way to... I guess Echoing Truth can answer it for a second. So we'll take Echoing Truth here. Opponent Brainstorm. Sure. So tired of losing those cards in Tron. Ban Ghostly Flicker and Displace? I don't think so. It hasn't been trouble for me at all. 2DH. No card more expensive than $2. Man, I'm way behind that. That sounds like an awesome idea. There's Exclude. Well, I really like the combination of Echoing Truth and Exclude. Okay, so let's attempt a Skred here. Our opponent may have foil. And if they do, they've got foil. They don't do it. Okay, so go to combat, attack with Augur Bolas. Opponent cracks, Terramorphic Expanse, sure. I will... Man, I kind of want to Echoing Truth my own Augur if they go to snuff it out or something. But they're at such a low life total, I don't feel like they can. Yeah, if they go to 1, we just win here. So we'll pass. Mono White Elves beats everything except Mono Blue Goblins. Now we gotta... Do we really have to, like, meme about Mono Blue Goblins now? Yeah, 2DH sounds really fun. 2-card EDH. I really like that idea. All right, 1 blue mana. Our opponent's going to pay mana for Probe. I'm cool with that. So they know what they're getting themselves into. While we're close to winning here, we're running out of threats. We have 1 more Muldrifter, 2 more Anglers, and 1 more... Okay. Sure, I guess this isn't a big deal anyway. So if our Exclude gets countered, if our Exclude gets foiled, then we just flashback Firebolt and kill this Delver. And our opponent pitches 2 cards out of their hand. But our Exclude resolves, so life is good. I guess now they're going to cast Angler. But I mean, we had it coming. We'll just bounce it and look for a counterspell. Here comes Angler. That was a decent play, though. I was hungry for the Exclude. We can also just look for another Skred. We have 1 more Skred in our deck. How many Anglers have we killed? I feel like we've killed a few Anglers. So we'll try to Echoing Truth here. It goes away. We draw. I guess Lightning Bolt just wins us the game here too. Alchemy, Brainstorm. How many bolts do we have left? Have we already used both of our lightning? We've already used both of our lightning bolts. So I think right now we're actually just more concerned with. So let's go Swamp, Brainstorm, Alchemy, no shuffle. 1, 2, 3. Alchemy. Fine. Counterspell, Brainstorm, Ponder. So I think I'm going to grab Counterspell here, so that we can attempt to disrupt their Gurmag Angler when they go to cast it. And we'll just attack with an Augur Bolas, plus Forbidden Alchemy gets us a bit more card advantage next turn, so I'm happy having it in my hand here. I think they would have countered the Echoing Decay if they had a free counterspell. Alright, here's Augur, sure. See what it reveals. Oh, did they whiff again? They whiffed on their first Augur, too. There's no mono blue goblins. Caveat changelings. Dang. Oh, y'all are on Neheb. What did your Neheb decks do? They just go like... My deck had a bunch of $15 and $20 cards, and some not as much as 40 to 50. Did not cost that much. Yeah, I think that's the story for like a lot of Commander players, is that when they built their deck, it wasn't as expensive. All right, let's see if opponents got the foil. They're going to go for the Angler. I imagine they do. Like, you wouldn't go for it here. Weird. Okay. So they revealed the Ponder. They're going to shuffle here. Have we dealt with all the Anglers yet? We've dealt with 3 Gurmag Anglers. How many Anglers do they run? 4? They have shut down our Augur Bolas, so that's not... Oh, no, we just win. Okay, so Firebolt you. And that's enough burn damage to get the win. Firebolt you. Cool. All right, so in this mirror, I think we do want our Pyros for their counter magic, although Dispel's probably just as good. Dispel, Stormbound Geist, Chainer's Edict is actually what I think we're doing, and I think we'll take... Sandstorm as an answer to Angler. Firebolt seems pretty bad. We'll take out Firebolts, and Echoing Truth seems okay. Echoing Decay seems really bad. And what's our last cut? Exclude doesn't seem as good as these spells, so I think we're going to drop Exclude and do it like that. I like leaving Sandstorm in as a reset, but do you guys think Sandstorm is just dead? Like, Sandstorm doesn't... Oh yeah, Magma Spray would be... That's a hot take right there. Get the Magma Spray in there. Do you guys think Sandstorm should actually come out? Because this is like... Our opponent has a bunch of Delvers, right? And they're going to have... I think Sandstorm actually comes out here. Because our opponent's going to have Stormbound Geist. I think we bring in Relic. And I think we'll take it... Yeah. So I think I'll take Sandstorms out. Our opponent... The only thing it hits is their Augurs. And their Anglers. Yeah, and we do want Relics. Maybe we don't want these Chainer's Edicts. It is a pretty clean answer to Angler. Echoing Truth probably isn't as good as it should be. So we'll take out Echoing Truth and bring in our last Relic. All right, let's do it like that. I really like Bolt. I like being able to pressure our opponent with Burn. Azazan's super bad. Mulligan. Azazan's also really bad. Mulligan. 22 land deck. This is pretty raw too. But we're on 5. Our opponent kept 7. So we will bottom Angler. Skred. As much as I hate to say it, I think if we hit this early, it's great. Our opponent has Relic as well. Okay, so dream of hitting early Angler, not going to happen. I think we might have to opt to play turn 1 Relic as well. Take off turn 2. All right, so do this. I guess we could have gone Evolving Wilds, but if our opponent plays anything here, we want to get it. They feel pressured even if you don't have Bolt. Now that they know we've got Bolt, they got the pressure on them. Oh, you can save targets with that, can't you? I should probably do that. This hand, ow. Yeah, big ow. Card, ow. All right, what do we draw? Stormbound Geist. Okay, well, that's something to do. So we'll play Evolving Wilds. Pass the turn. Cave Avalon, I don't know. There is a Rakdos discard deck, but I don't know if I would go so far as saying it's necessarily an 8-rack deck. So we get our second blue mana here. And turn comes back. We get another island. Opponent representing the hard counter pretty hard here. And we don't have to worry about going that fast. Like, we can just keep playing our lands and draw their counter out with a Gurmag Angler and then eventually resolve a Stormbound Geist. And if our opponent goes down past double blue, we get a Stormbound Geist. So I think we're in an okay position here. Yeah, Magrim is like, opponent takes X amount of damage equal to the number of cards in their hand or something, right? Let's go get black mana. And opponent's going to get rid of our Evolving Wild. Sure. Turn comes back. We draw Magma Spray. That's pretty awkward with this hand. Play Snow Covered, pass turn. It's almost time to sack Relic, I believe. So get rid of Terramorphic Expanse. See if our opponent gets black mana. It's fairly obvious what we're doing here. They just get more blue mana. Okay. So we'll see if they have untapped blue source. Black source. Okay. Sure. 1, 2, 3. There's Stormbound Geist. So we will attempt to counter that. See if it works. Our opponent could have Dispel here. We have Magma Spray. We just have to hit our red mana. And we might be able to resolve our own Stormbound Geist next turn if our opponent taps out here. So let it go. It's absolutely who blinks first. But granted, like, we're not really doing anything now, so I think we kind of have to, I think we kind of incidentally blinked first. All right, another Relic. So let's go 1, 2, let's go for another Relic and see if our opponent, no, we should just play around days. Let's try to go Stormbound Geist, see if they have a way to counter it. They might foil here. This card is great. Thanks, Test DHS. I'm glad you like the content. Thank you very much. Shrieking Affliction uncommon. Yeah, I think it could be a cool addition. Like, if they could find an opportunity to downshift stuff. There goes a Gush, sure. And they Brainstorm, sure. So I think we're going to crack our Relic here. If they do put a counter on the stack, because we would rather... For one, we would rather have a card in our graveyard for a Gurmag Angler next turn. Or 2 cards in our graveyard, that is. Okay, they don't. They don't find the foil. But I still, like, I'm missing my land drop here, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They could have 6. So actually, no, I think we cast another Relic here and just try to control their graveyard. Yeah, it doesn't let you save targets. That sucks. Okay, so Relic you. Relicking on my turn because we're tapped out and because our opponent has Gurmag Anglers in their decks. Relic you, pass the turn. All right, let's see. Thank you very much for the follow, Testy HS. Glad to have you and glad you're enjoying everything. It's like every effect, huh? Every effect that punishes your opponent for keeping cards in hand? There's Delver, but Stormbound Geist is a pretty good answer to Delver. Plus, we have 2 removal spells in our hand that deal with it. All right, so we'll go to combat, swing with Geisty Boy. Although it might have been correct to go with our Muldrifter first there. So we will evoke a Muldrifter. Opponent is F6'd. Find an Augur Bolas and a Dispel. I'm happy to have a Dispel here, but I really wish I would have hit my land drop. I'm just happy to have an Augur to cast next turn. That's pretty nice. All right, pass the turn. Opponent not tapping the Relic. I'm into that. See if their Delver flips. No flip on Delver, so they either hit a land or a Gurmag Angler. Gurmag Angler on their side is scary here. If they manage to cast it. They probably have to hit 7 mana, because we do have a bunch of Relics on board. Alright, let's see. Attacking with a 2/2/1 2/2 rat uncontested. Oh, you're right though. Opponent gonna get us with the Relic. You got it. This might be our opportunity to crack one, but I feel like it's slowing them down on their Angler and giving us time to find an answer so well that I just, like, why would I get rid of them? Mono rat discard control. We draw a counterspell. Okay, I'm pretty into that. So we'll go to combat, swing. See if our opponent does anything. before we go tapping our mana for Augur Bolasses and the such. We're also slowly building up our mana towards Angler, taking a long time. Alright, opponent goes Counterspell. Sure. Like, we could Dispel here, but I really don't think it's worth fighting over an Augur Bolas, so we'll just pass. Actually, we'll get rid of your graveyard first. And then pass. I'd rather leave up Counterspell for their Angler here. We might have to leave back our Stormbound guys to block this Delver next turn. Nope. Opponent goes with their fetch. So 5 mana on their side, meaning 2 cards in their graveyard represents an Angler next turn, which could pressure us to sack one of our relics. I would love it if they would get rid of theirs, but we're really not giving them a reason to. 2 mana for Gush. We could Dispel Gush. I don't know if we should Dispel Gush. Probably not. Our opponent really likes gushing on our turn, so I'm into that. Alright, Relic you. I'll Relic you right back, opponent. We lose an Augur. Nothing to do on their end step. A little unfortunate. And I am kind of sad that I lost my Augur to a Counterspell there. Maybe I did want to Dispel. Our opponent's not really doing anything. We draw Ash Barrens. That's pretty good. So let's go get some red mana. And we'll probably hold on to Magma Spray. I don't think there's a reason to kill this Delver just yet, especially where we have Stormbound Geist to block it, and it represents such a good answer to their Stormbound Geists. Being really conservative here, leaving up about as much as I can, just building up enough lands until we can hardcast our Angler. And if our opponent kind of like fudges it up with a Relic on end step here, we might be able to find a way out. Looks like they're kind of flooding a little bit. They've repeatedly not flipped Delver, so that's not great for them. I assume Delver will attack for 1 here. Yep, sure. See what they've got. 6 mana, so they're pretty friggin' close to their own Angler. They're gonna Gush. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Huh. Okay. Gush resolves. So if they have an Angler, they get to cast it with a lot of backup. Granted, they'll be tapped out, so they have to have foil to protect it. They're just going to go Augur here. I don't really think that matters. Sure. So we're going to exile this card while it's on the stack, for what that's worth. Yeah, Sandstorm would be terrible right now. Opponent has a Hydroblast. That's interesting. Not going to do anything, probably. All right, turn comes back to us. Hydroblast goes in the bin. They pitch a Daze as well. We draw Forbidden Alchemy. I'm into that. Just for the card selection and the ability to play on their turn, whether or not they do anything, giving us a reason to counter. I think I'm okay losing a Relic here, too. But if we get to Forbidden Alchemy on their end step and their Relic's tapped out, I imagine that's going to be... You know, that's going to be when it's time to Angler. So I don't know if we really want to go cracking Relics or anything. So Relic you. Relic you. You would have got enough mana for Angler or blowing the Relic. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, they're gushing their lands back. So they're further away from an Angler than we are by quite a bit. So I feel like pressuring them with the Forbidden Alchemy here is just better, and leaving up a counterspell for anything they do that might matter. But I just don't, like, I don't know what that would be. Until they hit Angler, I don't really see what their plan is. All right, so let's Alchemy. What do we hit? Like, I'll take a land drop here. Opponent's going to Dispel. Okay, we'll let that go. Yeah, that's cool. We draw Ash Barrens. All right, play Ash Barrens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Play Angler. They have a counterspell. They have a counterspell. But their Relic is going to keep us from casting that for a while. I guess we could have just eventually hit another cantrip or something. We get an angler. Pretty sweet. Go to combat. Attack with Stormbound Geist. That's lucky. The fact that our angler resolved there is just like beyond lucky. But it did, so I'll take it. Relic U. Zombie Fish resolves. It is a pretty good feeling when Zombie Fish resolves. Yep. Opponent sacks Relic. The Relic fight is over. Opponent at 420. Dang. Wow, guys. I knew it was going to be a later night, but I did not know games would be going this long. Thanks, he was in the water. I appreciate that, man. I'm trying to be as conservative as I can be. It is a control mirror, after all. So next possible opportunity we get, we're going to get rid of this Ponder. This might be their opportunity to get their own angler, but we have one on board, plus they're at 10. So I'm going to probe us. We will Relic you. That was their in. Now we don't have any way to interact with their graveyard, but they were going to hit angler naturally next turn anyway. I have my own Discord, actually, Jabroni, so if you want to check out our Discord, I am also on the Pauper Discord, so you can at me there too. But yeah, you can check me out on my personal Discord as well, where we hang out and talk about Pauper decks all the time. Yeah, with 2 relics on board, they just haven't been able to build up their graveyard to the point where they can cast angler, which I'm pretty into. Stormbound Geist. Okay, so we get to take care of that next turn. Easy peasy style. And I think that gives us a good attack with angler as well. Part of me kind of wants to just like, you know. There's another Delver. Okay. I mean, there's non-zero chances that they come back and win this game. We are at 16. We drew Forbidden Alchemy, though. That's pretty good. So we'll Relic them first in the interest of time. Then we will Magma Spray their Stormbound Geist with all kinds of counter backup. Go to combat, swing with everything. Yeah, that Magma Spray, that's clutch. Called Jank Bank? Oh, dude. Jank Bank is love. Jank Bank is life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so if it's time for them to cast a Gurmag Angler, then it's time for them to cast a Gurmag Angler. That's just how it has to be. But if they do, they tap out of all their resources, and we have Counter Magic plus Counter Magic backup. And I feel like that's what's coming. So there's the Gurmfather. Let's go Counterspell. And we have Dispel as well. Yeah, I feel like they have a million Gurmag Anglers here. I hope it's in the bag. We're going to Alchemy looking for a burn spell. We got him. Sweet. Here we go. Match 4. Thinking this hand is a little too sketchy. Mulldrifters don't really do anything unless we hit another land drop. If we have to fetch for second blue for Augur Bolas, I guess what we're looking to hit is a cantrip. To hit our other land drop. Actually, this isn't that bad. If we hit red mana or another fetch, we're actually in pretty good shape. And if we have to go get red mana to kill something, we can. So actually, no, I'm okay with this, actually. I talked myself into it. I mean, it depends on how they built their deck, right? Like, they might have been testing out a different version of it. They might have sideboarded in a bunch of creatures or something. Nail in the face. Yeah, no face cam punts today. It's true. All right, let's go island. Pass the turn. We need one more land drop. So Augur Bolas kind of has to hit a cantrip here. And where it's... Oh, God. Oh, God. So double blue is going to be important. We are going to go get double blue for our counter spells. Oh, but we are so slow. How do we beat Tron? All right, go land, go Augur. Just play lightning fast all game, I guess. Swirling Sandstorm won't do anything. Take counterspell, pass a turn. Two one 2 2 1. Yeah, it's been 2-1 1-2 2-1 so far. Opponents on the Trons, so good for them. I think we have to brainstorm to try to hit a land drop. If they do have the Mulldrifter next turn, then so be it. Okay, so we'll bottom Swamp. We'll bottom... I think Alchemy is too much value to bottom. Firebolt doesn't do anything, so let's get rid of Firebolt. Evolving Wilds, pass a turn. We'll go get red mana here. Although black mana is probably a lot more relevant. The first two matchups were Burn and Stompy, and Stompy was just incredibly fast. They made it really difficult for us to win. We have to hit an angler here, so maybe I actually don't... Maybe I want to get black mana. We'll see if they have Prophetic Prism into Muldrifter. I don't have a lot of time to think. That's true, though. All right, so opponent doesn't seem to have the colored mana they're looking for. We're going to get black mana. Just in case we get an angler early enough. We get some more blue mana. I like that. Go to combat, swing with Augur, planning to Forbidden Alchemy on their end step. Granted, just getting an angler down here is pretty sweet, so we're going to give them another turn. We're going to Forbidden Alchemy now. Try to hit angler. We miss angler. Let's take Evolving Wilds for our 5th land drop so that we can get our Muldrifters eventually. They get their colored mana. Not representing anything. Okay, I like that they're passing here. It is going to allow us to... Man, Echoing Decay does not do anything. Good night, Sambaram. Thank you for hanging out, man. I appreciate it. Have a great evening, and thank you so much for the subs. Look forward to seeing the rest of this on the YouTube's machine. Me too. Yeah, we do have to, like, attack our opponent to win. This is going to be troublesome indeed. Let's see what this is. Mystical Teachings. Okay. Not big on countering the first teachings at all. Oh god, this is going to be such a slog, guys. They find Resounding Wave. What is this? Return target permanent to its owner's hand. Return 2 target permanents if they have 3 different colors of mana. Okay. And we can't counter it. So, that's interesting. Seagate Oracle, sure. So they need... We have to stop their colored mana. If they have one more colored mana source, like, we have to... we have to, like, bring in Expedition, or we have to stop Expedition Map, we have to stop Prophetic Prism, we have to stop pretty much everything here. Snow-Covered Mountain. This is spicy, this Resounding Wave thing. I'm into it. Another Evolving Wilds. So we have to... Leaving up Counterspell really isn't doing anything here, right? So let's play Muldrifter. We gotta clock him. Like, this is gonna cycle. Like, we just can't stop it. And our opponent will just eventually hit colored mana. Pass a turn. Maybe we can hit enough Drifty Boys to get there. Although it's gonna be tough. What do you got, opponent? Thornwood Falls. There's the rest of the mana they need. Granted, this still costs, what, 8? Yeah, they have enough. 7 mana is... Is this Crusher? Oh, man. The biggest punishment. Okay, Dinner of Horror. Still a pretty big punishment for tapping out a counterspell. We'll go get some more blue mana. 37 cards in library, no angler yet. Yeah, we're probably done here. Because our opponent can bounce 2 more of our permanents now. So we'll bounce that. We'll probably pitch Ponder here. I don't think we'll have time to set up with any cantrips or anything. I'm assuming our opponent has Pulse Marasa. We might be able to disrupt them enough to win with Muldrifter. If they're playing... Like, we can stop Pulse Marasa the first time. We might even be able to stop Wall here. So play Snow Covered. Kill Dinrova Horror before they can untap and before I forget about it. Go to combat and swing. We want to leave up our counter magic now. So our opponent can't pulse it back, but they are going to get to bounce 2 permanents here, which puts us off the ability of playing another Muldrifter, so I kind of want to play it, but it's just one time. It's not them infinitely flickering their stupid Dinrova Horror, so we might just have to take our beats and live with it. I feel like it's coming. Stonehorn Dignitary. Alright, that doesn't really matter. Yep, we'll skip combat. Sure. And no attacks from our opponent, I assume. They might. Alright, so shuffle with Ash Barrens, even though we do have Brainstorms in our deck. Getting a second red mana here might not be a bad idea. Oh man, it's Hymn to Turok, finally! That's all we've ever wanted is a Pauper Hymn to Turok. Let's go get another mountain. The thinning doesn't hurt either. Find Ponder. Okay. So the question is, do we Muldrifter? I think we Muldrifter. Oh, we can't Muldrifter leave a counterspell. Yes, we can. Hold up. So I think we Muldrifter leave up counterspell for Pulse. And if they have more than that, then they have more than that, and we're in a lot of trouble. So draw a couple more cards. Find a Skred. I like that. We have an Augur as well, but I think leaving up counter magic here is more important. Pass a turn. Our opponent is also playing at a blisteringly fast pace that I can certainly appreciate. So 6 generic mana on their end step. I think they're going to flashback teachings here, most likely. Yep. It's this one. All right, there's Pulse. You got it, opponent. I don't know if we let Pulse go and just counter the horror or not. Oh, they can get it back a jillion ways. So I guess we have to... Yeah, they can't cast it twice this turn. So I think we just let Pulse go. They're going to flicker. That doesn't matter. Yep. Draw a card with Oracle. Lock us out of combat. And see what else they got. I imagine the Pulse of Morass is going to happen this turn. Maybe us telegraphing counter magic is stopping them, but I don't really think we have to counter Wall either. Because Wall will come down and then we can just Skred it and counter the Ghostly Flicker when they target it. They don't have enough mana to interact with that. Yeah, here comes Wall. Wall will get back Flicker. Granted, they have Pulse in hand as well. Yep, so Wall gets back Flicker. Sure. And I think they'll pass here. All right, so let's start by Skredding Mnemonic Wall before our opponent has a million mana. I should have pondered first. That was dumb. Oh no, I want 2 counter spells here, I think. All right, they let it go, sure. So now what do we have to worry about? They can use this to get a creature back, and we don't want them resolving any more creatures. They can also try to use Pulse to get back Mnemonic Wall, so we'll have to counter Pulse, and then we might have to counter anything they use for interaction. So we have to leave back almost all of our mana here. So let's play a land and pass the turn. Definitely a little choked on blue mana. I'll get some more with the fetch here. I'm going to sack Haunted Fengraf. Sure. They get back their Wall. Okay, that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. It doesn't get back anything if they play it this time, so I guess they'll probably try to Ghostly Flicker here. We won't counter Ghostly Flicker. Mnemonic Wall, sure. That is not what we have to worry about. Pulse of Morass, Resounding Wave are 2 of the spells in my opponent's hand. Alright, we'll go fetch. And get an island. So we want to Augur of Bolas first to see if we can find any more red-based interaction. Like another Skred or something. Alright, have a great night, Reverend Malthus. Enjoy the hockey game. My patriotism is showing. We hit our 4th counterspell to put in our hand. Gurmag Angler to the bottom is not what I wanted to see there, but it is what it is, so we'll do it like that. Oh, you're going to start the biggest fight. We actually get a combat step, so we'll attack for 4. Pass the turn. Hand getting pretty gummed up here. So if we see Ghostly Flicker come down, we will certainly throw counter magic at it. And then Pulse of Morass to get back Dinrova Horror, I think, is also worth a counterspell. So there you go. Get rid of the Ghostly Flicker, hopefully. Our opponent, of course, could have interaction on the backswing. But so do we. So we'll see if this is Pulse. They're going to prohibit. Okay, so we're cool with that. So we'll counter prohibit. And if they have another answer now, we're in trouble. All right, so they're going to get their Dinrova Horror back and cast it for 1 turn, but we have Echoing Truth plus Counterspell to deal with it in the meantime. So I believe that's what they'll do here, is just get the Pulse going. Or maybe it's just a Drifty Boy. Another Mnemonic Wall. Oh, that's pretty lucky. Okay, so now they get back Ghostly Flicker. Now we're kind of in trouble, because they can try to flicker both walls. Granted, they don't have a way to fight through all of our counter magic. They can get back a couple of... Oh, they can get back Prohibit. Okay. So here comes Ghostly Flicker. They're going to get back Ghostly Flicker and Prohibit, I assume. Well, it's all they can get back. But they only have 2 blue mana, so we should be able to run that playback next turn and just keep attacking them. But then we don't have any way to interact with... Oh, I guess Echoing Truth works too. All right, they're going to go for it, or they're going to go... Okay, lock us out of combat. But we really don't... You don't really want to Echoing Truth the Mnemonic Walls, I don't think. It's probably not the best play. No attacks from our opponent, but there'll be no attacks from us either. What do we draw? Brainstorm. All right, let's Brainstorm. We might hit a fetch. We also might hit a Skred or two. There's a Skred. There's an Angler. All right, so I think Ponder and Echoing Decay go to the bottom. Gurmag Angler. So we'll cast that. We got a pretty good threat on top, or on tap, and we'll pass the turn and see what our opponent can do here. They have 6 cards in hand. One of them is a Resounding Wave, and one of them is Pulse of Marasa. There is absolutely more fun ways to win with Infinite Flicker. There's Pulse of Marasa for Dinrova Horror. That's not a big deal. They can have their Dinrova Horror, unfortunately. And will we see it here? Yes, so they're going down to 1 colored mana to do this. All right, we can't fight it with counter magic. We're going to have to kill it with a removal spell. Targeting our Gurmfather. Sure. So we'll pitch Echoing Truth here. And opponent going to go to pass here, I believe. So they have Pulse of Marasa in the bin. I think I have to go for shooting Dinrova Horror anyway. Them locking us out of combat's not that big of an issue. Granted, we do have to win the game eventually. Now, let's shoot Dinrova Horror. It can attack through our creatures as well. And hopefully we'll find another Skred. I have 18 more minutes. That's correct. We draw Echoing Decay. Okay, cool. So go to combat. Swing with our Drifty Boys. For 4. Opponent takes it. And we'll Gurmfather. Granted, I would like to kill this Stonehorn Dignitary, but I don't think we have to kill it this turn. Gurmfather comes back. Prohibit doesn't counter it, so that's fine. All right, opponent. What's this turn look like for you? Oh, more Pulse. No fair. All right, they pulse back Dinrova Horror, sure. I'll probably discard Echoing Decay here. That's true. All right, there's Dinrova Horror. Yep. So back comes Angler, unfortunately. We'll pitch Echoing Decay. And I guess Angler can just block this. Like, it doesn't really matter. All right, what do we draw here? Ponder. All right, let's Ponder first. Ghostly Flicker. Another Angler's like fine, but I don't think this is good enough. I think we just want more Skreds. So we'll shuffle this. Find Forbidden Alchemy. I guess that is something for us to do on their turn. So we'll Angler again. The Infuriating Angler Loop will attack with Muldrifters. And see what our opponent wants to do. They haven't played any Muldrifters of their own yet. And they do have Resounding Wave. I am waiting to see what this Resounding Wave is going to do. Like, they can do it now. They can cycle it and bounce 2 of our permanents. I just don't really know what that's supposed to do. I guess it could be effective in tapping us out of counter magic. All right, now it's time to fight. We'll see if our opponent found their counter magic to fight us here. They also have Prohibit in hand, so if they don't have anything besides a Prohibit here, if they do, we're kind of effed. So we'll see. Is it Condescend? No. So they lose Ghostly Flicker, although they could have another. They probably run more than one Ghostly Flicker in their deck, I assume. Or do they? All right, turn comes back to us. Go to combat, swing with Thrifty Boys. Whoops, swing with everything, I guess. Well, we'll see what this Lightning Bolt hits. The Nova Horror blocks an Augur. And Mnemonic Wall gets in the way of an Angler. Yeah, that was a pretty big whoops right there. They might have pulses, which is just not ideal at all. But we'll see. All right, so a Mnemonic Wall dies. An Augur dies. Our opponent takes 4. Oh my god, is this another Ghostly Flicker? Moment's Peace. Oh, okay, sure. Thanks, opponent. I appreciate you taking back my punt for me. We'll Brainstorm, and then we'll Forbidden Alchemy if we don't need some of this stuff. Another Angler's pretty great. So go... probably actually just, like, Swamp Bolt here. Keep Alchemy. We will 2-3. Actually, I don't want to mill them, though. I think I'll need those. So we'll cycle with Ash Barons. Thank you, Mount Mentat, for the cheer. I appreciate that. We'll go get a Mount, or forward. Blah, 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 swamp. Everybody now. And I think we just want to cast it with as little mana as possible, probably, without getting rid of this Forbidden Alchemy. Because we might have to Forbidden Alchemy and try to hit another counterspell. Our opponent could just deck us. There's Resounding Wave to return their Mnemonic Wall. To get back Pulse, to start that whole shenanigans. I think we do Alchemy trying to find counterspell here. It's the last card in their hand. And getting Tron Hellbent is great. We whiffed. Do we even have any counterspells left? We don't. I cast all 4 of my counterspells. Okay, I guess it's just another Gurmag Angler then. So they're going to get back their Mnemonic Wall, which is going to get them back Pulse. Oh, no, it gets them back Ghostly Flicker. Yeah, so we're in a lot of trouble here. They're going to get the double Ghostly Flicker thing going, and we might actually just be dead. Because they get to flashback Moment's Peace every turn. But I don't think, like, we couldn't beat that anyway. Yeah, we're effed now. So now they can get back Moment's Pieces, Pulses, or they can get back Moment's Peace for every turn. We have no counterspells left in our library. The only thing we could find, I guess, is Skred to stop them from getting Mnemonic Walls back, but we won't have enough cards in library to kill them in the meantime. They get back Ghostly Flicker and Pulse. We got a little bit of burn in the deck, but they got Stonehorn Dignitary lock online now too. So we get no more combats, and our opponent can start bouncing our permanents. It's almost like Tron is a good late game deck. I know, right? All right, so we're losing all Anglers here. They don't have that much colored mana, though. All right, can we kill them this turn? They didn't bounce their Stonehorn Dignitary. We're going to get a combat. Ban late game. Yeah. No more late game decks, please. I mean, if we can remove both of these creatures, but then they just get back Pulse and we're dead. So we're going to give it a ponder here. We're going to think about it. There's Exclude. That doesn't do anything. So we can keep Augur on top. But I don't mind playing an Augur here. Seeing if we hit. We need instant speed removal. No, we don't. But we do put 2 lands on the bottom. We need instant speed removal to kill stuff, and then we need to, like, exclude the Mnemonic Wall on the way back down, and we have to kill our opponent before we deck ourselves at 12. So we got all that going for us. Our opponent takes 4 down to 12. Oh, you can burn. Yeah, we do have bolts. I feel like we've gone through a fair number of them. 1 lightning bolt. We've only gone through 1 lightning bolt. We do have 9 points of burn in our deck. They still have a Moment's Peace in the bin, yes. Yep, Grimfather comes to hand. We ditch Grimfather. Opponent gets back Ghostly Flicker. They can do it 3 more times, so they can bounce our Muldrifters. I don't know if they will or not. We can't really recast them because their win condition right now is mill. Granted, it does get us closer to interacting with their combo. Yeah, I might as well float mana. Pitch it. So now they're going to cut us off red, and red is what we need. We'll ditch the Exclude next. Opponent's going to leave 2 flickers back just to be safesies. That's an issue too. So we have to wait till Ghostly Flicker's on the stack. Hope they don't have another one. Oh man, this is nuts. So few ways to get out of this. Just slogging. Pitch Exclude. I think we're dead. But our opponent's not attacking, so there's that. I wonder what their sideboard looks like for this matchup. So they're going to cut us off black now? Yep. Doing silly Tron things. And our turn. Hey, Travis Lazuli. Yes, here's to many more months indeed. Thank you very much for the follow, my dude. I really appreciate that. So our opponent went all the way tapped out, but we don't have any red mana in our deck. So we're just we're kind of effed here. We're completely out of red mana. The one match we lost was to Stompy. So far. Downshift Meddling Mage. Let's do it. I could use a heck of a lot more oh my god, why can't I remember his name? Oh, the guy that's on Meddling Mage. Oh, I'm so upset. I used to watch him play VSL. It was sweet. Oh, guys. Worst brain fart. I feel like a jerk. Thank you so much, Travis Lazoo. That's sweet, man. No, not Jim or Bob or Greg. Nah, not Tim either. That ain't them. His name. The reason I don't know is because his name is Metaling Mage, like heavy metal music on Twitter. No, it's not Sam either. So I don't hear his actual name very often. He was like in one of the end of the battlefield. They just put Ghostly Flicker in the bin for no apparent reason. Like, are they just gonna like let us deck? That was weird. Maybe they have another Flicker. Chris Bakula. Nailed it, Marilyn. Yes. Chris Bakula. Really like me some Chris Bakula. All right, So our opponent flickered 2 of their lands by mistake and scooped the match. They were like, whatever, I'm out. No. Not the end boss. This is what we get for going positive, guys. This is what we get for going positive. We're going to mulligan. 2 Ash Barons is not a good opener. This is also not a good opener. Oh, God. Okay, we'll keep this. You say no? You think they're on Elves? They're on Elves, aren't they? So we'll bottom Truth, bottom Brainstorm. No, I think it's right. Oh my god, they are on Elves. Yeah, I feel like an idiot now. Okay, we draw our black mana naturally, so we'll go Evolving Wilds here. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. They always play Elves, don't they? There's Vanguard, so we'll go get blue mana. Next turn, we're going to go Ponder into Lightning Bolt. This hand isn't bad. It's not ideal. It's not bad either. So we'll go land, we'll bolt the... let's Ponder first. We should have pondered before we even played a land. I like Augur. Ash Barrens is like fine, but I prefer Augur here. So let's go Ash Barrens, Ponder, Augur, no shuffle. We'll draw into the next Ponder, but that's fine. We'll bolt the Vanguard before our opponent has a chance to react and pass the turn. See what they can muster up here. This is end boss. They're even playing fast. Like they are the end boss. All right, opponent gets in. We're going to have to wait a turn on Augur, which means we'll get to Ponder, and then Echoing Decay the Timberwatch Elf. This is really bad. I think we're going to shuffle this. We don't want to Forbidden Alchemy. Find and exclude. That would have been nice a little while ago. It might be nice next turn. We're going to get rid of Timberwatch Elf before they can do anything about it. Can't get Echoing Decay back. Don't have another one in our deck. And Swirling Sandstorm was on the bottom. Ugh, Well-Wisher. Gross. I guess it doesn't super matter. But we could deck ourselves before we can kill that Well-Wisher, so maybe it does. We'll Ponder. There's a Sandstorm. Okay, so go... we might want the Brainstorm. Let's go Evolving Wilds, Brainstorm, Sandstorm. Don't shuffle, draw Sandstorm, play a land. Hopefully get to grab something with this Exclude this turn, and then Swirling Sandstorm. Priest of Titania, so we will exclude that. Draw a card. See if our opponent has any more Elves. They may just not overcommit here, too. Like, they're a really good player. All right, so we draw Evolving Wilds. So we will Swirling Sandstorm. Rip, too late. All right, so we'll Swirling Sandstorm. Kill the Elves. Yeah, play Evolving Wilds. We'll crack it because we can just Brainstorm into Augur next turn, which is pretty all right. And I think we want more blue mana for exactly that reason. There's Quarian Ranger. Not super good here. Kill all the Elves. Do we have Trickery on the board? Get some blue mana. Turn comes back. We draw a land, I think. No, Counterspell. Okay, so we definitely still just want to play Counterspell. So Augur Bolas. Maybe we find a removal. Just more Counterspells. I can live with that. Pass the turn. Never trust the damn knife ears. They scoop it up. All right. Well, that's how they grind all those trophies, gang. Trickery comes in. What else? Is that it? Do we just have 3 Wraths now? Are Edicts worth it? What do we take out? Slow stuff. I think Magma Spray definitely comes in. This is going to be tight, guys. This is going to be a tight board. What if? Marilyn, give me that knowledge. Give me that wisdom, baby. Lay it on me. We are the end boss for them. So Trickery, Magma Spray, is that what we're bringing in here? And what do we take out in the meantime? I like Echoing Truth as like a release valve for their tokens, but it seems like we have a lot of that going on. So does Echoing Truth just not do it? We are the end boss for them. I hope so. Do you know what's weird is I was editing my video and notice you guys can hear me scratching my beard. So what do you think? Is scratching beard out, scratching beard in? The sideboard's worth it too, and you can advise me on that. You can also advise me on whether or not I should do the beard touching. Just in time for the last game. Oh man, Mr. Big Stuff. You keep the echoes in? Okay. Do you want Dispel to hit? Dispel can't hit lead. You can't hear the scratch music. Oh, okay. Okay, so it has to be quiet. Well, I'll do that while you guys help me figure out what the hell we're going to take out. You can't hear the beard? Okay, well, maybe I was just too worried about it then. Do you guys think Forbidden Alchemy is too slow? It does combo with Swirling Sandstorm. Right? Alchemy is a little bit awkward, isn't it? Let's go down 1 Brainstorm. Brainstorm seems good too. Oh god, this is so hard. Okay, I think we can go down 1 Angler. Angler's probably not super important in this matchup. And yeah, Marilyn, you got it. I don't know if I want to shave a Drifter. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Okay. Shave a Drifter. Let's play it like that. Real low to the ground, like. How do we win, though? Like, do we just, like... This hand's really awkward and maybe not good enough. It's got some early interaction. It's got some card selection, and it's got some... Actually, this isn't that bad. Let's keep it. I'm not going to shave. No, I'm not going to shave. I just... Not the beard. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. I know I know that can be stressful. It's times like these where I really wish I had some more information about my opponent's hand. Another counterspell means I'm probably not even going to want to fetch this turn. So we're going to go Snow Cover Mountain. We're going to go ahead and Firebolt this bad boy right away. Our opponent might be Mana Light. They also might know that we have a jillion removal spells. They're Mana Light. Okay, good. So we draw another counterspell. Play Evolving Wilds. We have really awkward mana here. Oh, man, okay. They're going to give us time to set up, which is awesome, but they're going to have gas once they hit a couple of elves. All right, deck, any land. Any land. There we go. Cycle Ash Barrens, get blue mana. Any one-drop elf is getting countered. Pretty much any one-drop elf. And I mean, I'd love a threat or something, but we just cut a bunch of those. Hey guys, look, we won the match. Hi everyone, I'm Any New Province, and I just finished up the league with Grixis, Skred, or Skred Grixis, I think is what I was calling it. As you guys saw, this deck has answers for literally everything. If you read Alley Code on Drotchit's write-up, they're right. They didn't put any no-value cards in there, it's just all power, so every time you brainstorm, you should be running into that answer that you're looking for. We definitely got lucky, found our counter magic when we needed it, found our Skreds when we needed them, but at the same time, I felt like I really had the board under control in almost every match we played. Unfortunately, Stompy was the only deck that got the best of us, but I mean, hey, that's what that deck is built to do. So anyway, great control deck. If you guys like control, then make sure you check this deck out and give it a whirl. It's going to be long games though, so set yourself aside a little bit of time. Thanks again for watching the entire league out there on YouTube, and thanks for sticking around for the whole stream here on Twitch. Thanks guys. Good night.